Hey friends, welcome back. But today, don't expect the usual. You stare at the screen and think, what just happened? Close your eyes for a second. Imagine waking up one morning, checking your phone, and nothing. No good morning text, no reply to last night's message, just silence. Feels like the world stopped, right? But here's the truth no one tells you. She's not ignoring you. She's observing you. She's giving you the stage to see how you act when the spotlight is gone. You see, when a woman pulls away, it's not the end. It's the beginning of something deeper, a test few men ever pass. Most guys panic. They chase, beg, text paragraphs. But what if I told you doing less is actually the power move? Today, we're unlocking 7 raw truths about what really happens when she distances herself. These aren't pickup tricks. This is emotional intelligence at its core. And if you master this, you won't just win her back, you'll win yourself back first. This video might sting a bit. It might wake you up, but it'll grow you, and that's what we're here for. Real evolution, not just views. So, if this ever happened to you, drop a fire emoji in the comments. Have you ever gone silent on someone to test them? Or had it happen to you? Tell me below. Let's talk. Now grab your focus and let's begin. Let's go. Number 1. Masculine energy doesn't chase, it holds ground. Stop for a second. Read that again. Masculine energy doesn't chase, it holds ground. Strange, right? In a world where everyone is sprinting after something, attention, affection, answers, true power is found in stillness, in restraint, in presence. Pause. Let that line hit you in the chest. Masculine energy doesn't chase, it holds. It doesn't run. It doesn't react. It remembers who it is. In a world where men are taught to respond to female silence with over-texting, desperate apologies, and emotional panic, the real ones do something radical. They don't move. Because masculine energy isn't needy, it's magnetic. A lion doesn't chase butterflies. It rests under the sun, and the jungle still watches. This isn't about ego. This is about energetic gravity. When she pulls back, the untrained man spirals. The grounded man, he tightens his focus, upgrades his discipline, and makes his silence feel like a throne. She ghosted me. I leveled up silently. Now she watches every story I post. You want to be unforgettable? Don't bet. Become. Let your absence teach her what your presence meant. And here's the twist. When a woman pulls back, she's not just walking away. She's looking back to see if you'll follow. But the man she truly wants, he doesn't follow shadows. He builds fire so bright, she feels it from wherever she's standing. Ever held your ground and watched her come back? Drop a fire emoji if you know the power of stillness. Masculine energy is not loud. It's not emotionally erratic. It's silent strength, focused calm, non-reactive power. And when you embody that, she won't just notice. She'll feel confused because most men chase. But you hold. And if you stay grounded in that, she won't just return. She'll return differently. Number 2, she wants a partner, not a pleader. She's not looking for someone who will fall to his knees every time she turns away. She's not testing how loud you can cry or how fast you can chase. She's watching to see if you can stand still, tall, grounded, even when she's silent. You see, when a woman distances herself, it's not always rejection. Sometimes it's revelation. She wants to see who you truly are without her approval, and in that space, many men break. They beg, they panic. They try to win her with promises, with "I'll change" or "Please come back." But that's not what she needs. She doesn't want a man who loses himself to keep her. She wants a man who keeps himself, no matter who stays or leaves. A partner is not someone who clings. A partner is someone who holds space with dignity, someone who leads with quiet confidence. Who knows? My value isn't defined by her attention, Because the moment you begin pleading, you unknowingly tell her, "I don't believe I'm enough unless you validate me." And that's not love, it's fear. Real masculine energy doesn't collapse under pressure. It doesn't chase every time love feels uncertain. It remains still, solid, steady, not as a tactic, but as truth. If she comes back, it's not because you convinced her. It's because she recognized your worth in your silence, in your strength, in your grounded presence. And if she doesn't, you still win, because you refused to trade your self-respect for temporary reassurance. In the end, she wants to walk beside someone, not carry him emotionally. She wants to feel safe with you, not responsible for your stability. So, let her go if she needs to go. But don't follow with trembling steps. Hold your ground, and become the kind of man who never has to plead, because his presence already speaks loud enough. Number 3, if you react, you fail. If you reflect, you win. The silence burns, the ego screams, your fingers tremble over the keyboard, aching to send that long, emotional message. And now, you're standing at the edge of a cliff, not sure whether to leap, scream, or run. But stop. If you react, you fail. If you reflect, you win. It's a strange truth, almost too still to notice. But that pause, the one before the text, before the phone call, before the explosion, is where your power lives. Anyone can react. Reacting is easy. It's survival. It's the nervous system flaring up, telling you to do something, anything, to fix the discomfort. But a man of depth doesn't obey the first emotion. He studies it, because behind the reaction is a deeper message. What is this really about? Is it about her silence, or your fear of being abandoned? Is it about her distance, or your fear that you're not enough without her presence? When you react, you hand over the steering wheel of your life to emotion. When you reflect, you sit in the driver's seat, silent, but aware. This is where most men lose, not because the woman left, but because they never learned to sit with themselves long enough to understand the storm inside. They tried to fix a woman's silence before facing their own noise. True masculine energy doesn't seek to control the moment. It seeks to understand it. You see, emotional control is not about suppression. It's about precision. It's choosing the response that serves your higher self, not your wounded self. It's breathing when your chest is tight. It's walking away to think instead of walking toward to fight. Women can feel the difference between a man who reflects and a man who reacts. And the one who reflects, he's rare, magnetic, respected. So, when the silence comes, let it. When the trigger fires, pause. And when the urge rises to beg, chase, or explain, do nothing, not from weakness, but from wisdom, because stillness is louder than panic. And reflection, that's where you win the war no one sees. The silence burns, the ego screams, your fingers tremble over the keyboard, aching to send that long emotional message. But stop. If you react, you fail. If you reflect, you win. It's a strange truth, almost too still to notice, but that pause, the one before the text, before the phone call, before the explosion, is where your power lives. Anyone can react. Reacting is easy. It's survival. It's the nervous system flaring up, telling you to do something, anything, to fix the discomfort. But a man of depth doesn't obey the first emotion. He studies it. Because behind the reaction is a deeper message. What is this really about? Is it about her silence or your fear of being abandoned? Is it about her distance or your fear that you're not enough without her presence? When you react, you hand over the steering wheel of your life to emotion. When you reflect, you sit in the driver's seat, silent, but aware. This is where most men lose, not because the woman left, but because they never learned to sit with themselves long enough to understand the storm inside. They tried to fix a woman's silence before facing their own noise. True masculine energy doesn't seek to control the moment, it seeks to understand it. You see, emotional control is not about suppression, it's about precision. It's choosing the response that serves your higher self, not your wounded self. It's breathing when your chest is tight. It's walking away to think instead of walking toward to fight. Women can feel the difference between a man who reflects and a man who reacts. And the one who reflects, he's rare, magnetic, respected. So, when the silence comes, let it. When the trigger fires, pause. And when the urge rises to beg, chase, or explain, do nothing, not from weakness, but from wisdom, because stillness is louder than panic. And reflection, that's where you win the war no one sees. Number 4, the pullback is the oldest feminine test in history. You thought she lost interest. You thought she moved on. You thought she was done. But what if I told you this is exactly what she wanted you to think? She didn't disappear. She disappeared on purpose. Her silence wasn't an accident. It was an invitation to expose the man behind the mask. Because the oldest trick in the feminine playbook isn't drama, it's distance. Long before social media, long before texting, women had one silent weapon to find out who you really are: the pullback. Not to punish you, not to hurt you, to reveal you. When she goes quiet, she's not watching your words. She's watching your center. Will you become needy? Will you beg for her validation? Will your ego scream? Or will you remain still, focused, strong, unfazed? Because the moment you react emotionally, you fail. But when you don't chase, when you let the silence speak for you, when you trust your worth even when she doesn't respond, you pass a test older than time. This isn't a dating tactic. This is ancient biology. The feminine pulls back to feel if your masculine can hold, not just her body, but the unknown, the chaos, the fear. So the next time she steps away, don't ask, why is she doing this? Ask, what is she trying to see in me? Then show her without a single word. Number 5, emotional control is the new alpha. There's a man out there, he doesn't yell, he doesn't chase, he doesn't explain himself to prove a point. But when he enters the room, you feel him before you see him, not because of status, not because of looks, but because he's calm in a world addicted to chaos. Let's break a myth. You don't become alpha by dominating people. You become alpha by dominating your own reactions. She pulls away. She tests you. She goes quiet. And in that moment, the average man panics. He texts 3 times. He rewrites reality in his head. He begs. He overthinks. He collapses. But not you. Not anymore. Because now you understand. Her silence is not your call to chase. It's your mirror. What reflects back? Weakness or mastery? Emotional control isn't sexy because it's dramatic. It's sexy because it's rare. Because most men bleed insecurity at the first sign of distance. Most men perform masculinity. They don't embody it. But you let the storm pass. You sit with discomfort. You don't need to say, I'm strong. You just are. And that's what she notices. Not the texts, not the desperation masked as love. She feels the weight of your stillness, the kind that says, I want you, but I'll never need you to be whole. That's alpha. No growling, no flexing, just full control of self, the kind of control that makes her question what she walked away from. Number 6, women fall for men who master uncertainty. Ever notice how she pulls back the moment you lean in? No warning, no goodbye, just distance. And here's what most men never realize. She's not trying to disappear. She's trying to see you without your mask. Because uncertainty isn't just a phase, it's the arena, and only the emotionally bulletproof survive. She's not impressed by how fast you text back, or how sweet your words sound when you're scared of losing her. What captures her isn't comfort, it's command. When her silence grows louder than her presence, most men spiral. But you pause. You don't chase. You don't perform. You breathe. You look uncertainty in the eye and blink slower. And in that stillness, something shifts inside her. Curiosity, respect, a pull she can't name but deeply feels. She starts to wonder, why didn't he fall apart? Because women don't fall for men who solve them. They fall for men who can hold space for the unknown, for the quiet storms, for the wild moods, for the days they don't even understand themselves. That man, he doesn't just attract her, he anchors her. Number 7. The man who can wait wins. She disappears. You panic. That's the usual script. But here's a truth most men never hear. The strongest man in the room is the one who waits. Not waits as in sits around. Not the guy refreshing his messages 12 times an hour. Not the one stalking her social feed in the dark. He waits like a monk, like a storm waiting to break, like a lion who knows the world comes to him. Because waiting isn't weakness, it's a weapon. She pulls back? Good. She needs space? Even better. You don't flinch. You don't explain. You don't send your heart in a 3 a.m. text. You hold the silence like a throne. While other men become noise, you become gravity. She'll wonder why you're so calm, why her distance didn't shake you, why the man who used to reply in 30 seconds now feels like a mystery. And that mystery, that quiet strength, that's what keeps her watching. Because women don't fall for chaos. They fall for certainty in the unknown. And a man who can wait, he is the unknown. He doesn't beg for love. He attracts it by being so complete that losing her would be a bruise, not a breakdown. She may come back. She may not. That's not the point. Because the man who can wait never loses. He either gets her back or gets someone better. Either way, he wins. Not by chasing, not by posting cryptic quotes, not by pretending, but by becoming the type of man a woman regrets walking away from. Wait, not for her. Wait for yourself to become untouchable. Conclusion. In the quiet moments, when her texts stop, when the calls fade, when you feel that sinking pause, that's not your ending. That's your initiation. You've now seen that her silence isn't rejection. It's reflection. It's her way of stepping back to observe, not just who you are in comfort, but who you become in discomfort. Most men chase, they beg, they fold, but not you, not anymore. Because now you know, the man who waits with strength, who leads with purpose, who holds stillness like fire, he's the one who doesn't just win her back, he wins himself first. You're not here to pass some feminine test for approval. You're here to evolve, to grow into the kind of man who doesn't fear distance, doesn't crumble in uncertainty, and doesn't confuse silence with failure. And if you felt something shift in you while watching this, that's the beginning of something powerful. Hold on to that. Now I'd love to hear from you. Has her silence ever shaken you? Have you ever gone quiet just to see who would show up? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk. And if this video gave you clarity, strength, or even a little bit of fire back, hit like, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more deep conversations like this. Because this isn't just a channel, it's a space for men who are done playing small and ready to rise. Thanks for watching. Stay grounded, stay true, and I'll see you in the next one.